total drama, Traitors Island. Z and Emma both. It was Pink and Green Team that lost the challenge. Scott tried to make an alliance with Heather, but was unfortunately very close and were not able to win. In a tiebreaker round, Brooke was able to defeat Heather, but they ended up getting rid of Emma. In a shocking reveal, it was told by the Green Team that they thought Chase would have been easier to keep around because Emma's actually made it further in more seasons. And Emma and Chase made up in this episode, and it's possible that they could have been a threat as a couple. Z got eliminated after Scott decided to sabotage and realized that Z revealed too many secrets about the Michelle and Dakota alliance, and he could be a problem in the future. We're down to 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24 contestants. Who will win? Find out now. So, Alejandro and Joe are talking on how last challenge they were doing very well, and basically they need to keep up the good work. Alejandro explains that they need to add other alliance members in order to get it far into the game. In the end, Noah, Heather Lightning, Kiki and Topher are all talking on how they need to decide who they want to keep around for the next challenge. Alejandro and Joe explain that they should refer toward the Hockey Bros and try to make an alliance with Caleb. Jeff is happy that he's friends with Lindsay and Trent, and they should make a Gem 1 alliance and need to get rid of Alejandro. Trent agrees because he knows how Jeff feels, and he still isn't sure how and what will happen next. A talent show is performed, and each team must perform one talent, and whoever wins the challenge will win immunity. 3 people will compete for the challenge, and it's Trent. I think it's the Hockey Bros as a duo pack. And that's kind of it. Trent and the Hockey Bros volunteer. I think Scott, Julia, and Dwayne are the people to complete the challenge. Noah, not Noah, Ezekiel, Heather, and Topher. The first challenge goes a bit like this. Trent plays his guitar and gets a decent score from Chris and Jeff, followed by Wayne and Raj, and they get basically a hockey battle, which of course they get a good score for. Juliet gets a phone commercial and is able to get a great score, with Scott also doing basically why you should run away from Fang, and he gets a terrible score. Instead, Dwayne is about to do his commercial, but suddenly he chokes on a marshmallow and is able to uncompete for the challenge, so he gets sent to the infirmary. They have to send Dakota, and she's able to do a fashion blog and is able to win the challenge for her team. Finally, it's Ezekiel plays his trombone, Heather does her dancing, and Topher hosts a commercial on why he believes he should be a better host than Chris, which Chris denies him. Lindsay does a singing act, and Lindsay is able to win the challenge for the red team. In the end, Chris explains Rain and Raj were a double act, so they count as one. So the green team win the challenge thanks to Heather. Sending them to elimination. Alejandro and Joe are annoyed at Wayne and Raj and Dawn, but they decide to talk to people. And Jeff is friends with Wayne and Raj, so he realizes that could be a threatening trio. So they talk to Trent. Alejandro talks to Trent, and Joe talks to Lindsay. And what they haven't talked since their first episode. She talks to Lindsay on they can make an alliance together. and explains that Rain and Raj could be a threatening duo once they merge with Jeff. And although Trent doesn't like the idea for voting Rain and Raj off because he knows Alejandro Hensky is a schemy vibe, Trent does reluctantly agree with Lindsay. Alejandro talks to Caleb, and in the end, he talks to Caleb on how they need to get rid of Rain and Raj, as they won last season. Caleb points out he also won last season. He's about as a duo that can be threatening. And they say fine. Caleb and Alejandro says to Caleb that they can make an alliance if that helps. And of course, Dawn is convinced, and in the end, it is very, very sad because Dawn does end up voting for Alejandro. The other 5 decide to vote for Wayne. So, the round table is set. How it works is the person's name not called is out of the challenge. If you do not get a marshmallow, you will be sent out. So, Dawn, Joe, Trent, Lindsay, Alejandro, Caleb, and Jeff. The final person to go home is Wayne. You are safe. I'm sorry, Raj. There are 4 traitors on this team. 4 of you are faithfuls. And basically, Alejandro, Raj was a faithful, and basically they decide that they have to vote for Wayne because Wayne and Raj can be threatening when they merge. And of course, Wayne is a traitor. Jeff is of course devastated on how his friend could be a traitor, but he forgives him and realizes there are 3 more traitors among them, meaning they have majority and they need to pick wisely on who they could make next round. So that is the end of this episode. Did you enjoy it? There are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22 contestants left. That is the end of episode 5, New Talents. What will happen in episode 6? Find out next time on Total Drama, Traitor Island.